Let's say that you're doing a really good job. Your practice or your business is growing nicely, and then lo and behold, you're making more revenue, more money, more profit than you've ever made in your life. Things are feeling fantastic. So in your mind's eye, you've finally scaled some serious challenges and obstacles. You're doing well. Now, do you ever wonder why so many chiropractors and other business owners, well, they get some nice level of success and then it comes crashing down, maybe a year or two later? It happens a ton more than you probably think. I've seen it happen to people probably over 100 times in my career. Has it happened to you? In this video, I'll discuss the number one reason why so many people are only successful for a short period of time, and then some steps, and this is the important part, that you can take to make sure that it doesn't happen to you. This is important stuff, and I hope that you pay attention. I'm Dr. Chris Tomshack, CEO of HealthSource, America's Chiropractor. You're watching the Chiropractor Solution channel, which is the video series that helps you grow your practice and your career, both professionally and personally. So welcome back. And then before we dive in, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel so that you can continue receiving these videos and content like it, please. And if you like this content, if you'd be so kind, give us a thumbs up to make it easier for other people to find. And certainly write a review. That'd be wonderful. That's how it is done. So let's rip the Band-Aid off this topic. The number one reason that most people only achieve short-term success is that that person's sense of self-worth did not match their income level or overall level of success. Self-worth didn't match success. So in fact, we see this evidence all the time, not just in chiropractic clinics or other businesses, but in all sorts of genres. For example, nearly one third of all lottery winners eventually go broke and declare bankruptcy. 1/3. Did you hear that? And get this, lottery winners are more likely to declare bankruptcy in the next 3 to 5 years after winning the lottery than those that did not win the lottery. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? There's more. According to Sports Illustrated, 80% of NFL football players literally go broke within 3 years after their careers are over. And keep this in mind, the average NFL salary is currently $2.7 million. You wonder how this happens, right? Well, we know exactly why this happens. Their self-worth did not match their bank account. They didn't respect the money they made, and it goes out faster than it came in. And then they're bankrupt wondering what happened. I've seen this happen to a ton of chiropractors and other business owners. Have you seen this happen as well? If so, tell us about it, of course, without naming names in the comments below. Everyone can learn from these types of lessons. Well, let's rewind to roughly 2016. A little bit of the year before, the year after, stem cell therapy was just starting to get some serious traction and some serious press. And before I go any further, know this, stem cell therapy, when done correctly and ethically, can have enormous healing effects on all kinds of conditions. In fact, I've had it done by experts with profound results. But this isn't what I'm referencing about what was happening back in 2016 in that area. There was a company that was enticing all kinds of chiropractors to hire professionals like nurse practitioners, etc., to inject cord blood, which they were calling stem cells, but wasn't. It was cord blood, and inject that into their patients. The promise was that they'd get rich doing this procedure to a ton of patients. And I personally witnessed a number of DCs literally abandon what was working extremely well in their practices and in their careers and hitch their wagon to this company's slick marketing campaign. They should have known better. A little due diligence would have quickly told them this was a mistake. It was a sham. Those that went this dubious route, well, some of them made a ton of money in a very short period of time, but quickly it all came crashing down. And the cord blood supplier was shut down when a lot of the patients ended up in the ICU from a bad batch of cord blood. I mean, it was cord blood, not stem cells. You're probably asking why so many DCs that were already successful chased after this promise of easy money. Well, the answer is easy. Number one, they thought it was easy money, and number two, they didn't respect the success they already achieved. And that's a direct reflection that their self-worth didn't match their level of success. In turn, that can lead to really poor business decisions, the type that so many ex-NFL players and lottery winners make. In short order, their success and all the money that went with it evaporated into the ether, and they're broke. That need not happen to you, and it certainly shouldn't have happened to them. If going broke is often a result of a self-worth that didn't keep pace with success, well, how do you prevent that from happening? How do you elevate your self-worth so that you truly feel you've earned your success, so you will respect it, you guard it, and then you continually perform solid due diligence before you spend or invest your hard-earned capital? Well, this is an important topic, and not just in chiropractic, it's in businesses of all different types. I see currently right now DC's chasing after the latest expensive gadget in search of quick success. It's happening like right now, the type of rehab equipment. Quick success is often short-lived success. There's a lot more to sustaining success than just initially getting there. And as most people that have achieved a really high level of success, they've taught me that over the years. Those are best practices. Although there are a lot of ways you can increase your self-worth, I have boiled my rather extensive list down into what I think are the 5 most immediately important actionable steps you can begin to focus on, to work on, and to inculcate into your daily life. Building a stronger self-worth, it's a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, it takes repetition, it takes discipline. It helps tremendously to have others assisting you along the way in this very, very important journey. So, spoiler alert. I'm going to put the most important step to take to dramatically boost your self-worth in the number 5 position, so hold tight. The first step in growing your self-worth is to realize that your self-worth is not based on your level of success, period. When your sense of value is tied up in what you've accomplished or what you're trying to accomplish, it's really easy to develop the thought process that everything you do turns to gold. I caught this disease early on in my career. It's an expensive lesson to learn. Many never recover from it. Understand this, you are not your accomplishments, period. Your accomplishments are merely things that you've achieved along the way. They don't define you. They did not make you better. They do not make you better than anyone else. And they are but a small part of your life's journey. Understanding this critical step or this critical concept is crucial. So, for instance, I'm extremely visual. I'm a visual learner, so when I'm inculcating or trying to get something into my brain, I often write it out on a Post-it note, a good old-fashioned Post-it note, and I put them where I'll see it many, many times a day. That's what works for me. And if you're a visual learner, maybe it'll work for you. So for me, I'd be hanging up a Post-it note that really says, I am not my accomplishments, I am more than my accomplishments. Also, ask your successful friends how they learn, because there's many different ways to learn. Try doing what they do. Remember, if you do what others do, you'll get what they get. Step number 2 to growing your self-worth is to understand that our self-worth is not determined by our failures either. Failures are also merely part of your life. If you're not failing, you're not succeeding. You'll always have both. When you fail and use it as a learning experience, it propels you forward. Get some trusted help. Dissect what happened and why you failed, and then endeavor to never make the same mistake again. Everyone gets a second chance in business. Give yourself the same break. Step number 3 to elevating your self-worth is knowing that your self-worth is not determined by other people. Reread that sentence. Read it again. It's not determined by other people. No one has that power over you. Not now, not ever. If you're a visual learner, put this on a Post-it note as well. Step number 4 to elevating your self-worth is to read. Read books, listen to podcasts, listen to books, even attend seminars and webinars on all facets of developing yourself both as a person and as a business owner. For instance, I was just in Chicago last week for this explicit purpose. It's a lifelong endeavor for me, and I recommend it should be for you as well. Because know this, if you're not growing, you're dying. There is no shortage of mind-blowingly great podcasts you can listen to every single day, and they're free. You have no excuses for not availing yourself to this level of help. I listen to a podcast and read some portion of a book 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I always will. And the most important step, which is step number 5 of growing your self-worth on an afterburner speed, is to surround yourself with like-minded people, a group of like-minded people that are all pushing each other to grow personally and professionally. My favorite is a mastermind. I belong to several, and frequently I'm jumping on a plane to be with them. And I also run several with over 70 members, and members of the mastermind grow a lot faster than people not in a mastermind. Tony Robbins years ago taught me that you grow to the level of the expectations of your peer group. A great mastermind literally delivers you that peer group. It can deliver to you a phenomenal peer group and all the accountability that goes with it. The people in my masterminds, they always grow at a pace at least double of those I know that are not in masterminds. Double the growth both personally and professionally. This elevates self-worth. This is what's called a best practice. So please, if you want to elevate your self-worth and live a wildly successful life, join a great mastermind. Personally, I've been in them since 2005. So if you found this video interesting and helpful, grab our free report for chiropractors at hsfranchising.com. It'll show you how to scale your state-of-the-art practice or business. It's the game plan we're currently following, and it's made these last 3 years of growth just massive. We have blown away our projections. You can do the exact same thing. Remember, as I said earlier, if you want what others have, do what they do, you'll get what they get. So again, head over to hsfranchising.com and check out our videos. I think you'll love them. And as always, I welcome your feedback and opinions on this topic in the comments section. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to reading your reviews. Hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.